Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe for more astrology videos I post every Wednesday. Thank you for clicking on this video. We're going to be continuing our Mars sign series with Mars in Capricorn. If you have never looked up your birth chart before, or if you have no idea what a Mars sign is, or where any of your planets are in your chart, and you only know your zodiac sign, please follow the link that I put in the description of all my videos where you can look up your birth chart for free. And that way you will find out all of your placements, your sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all of the planets in your chart. And it is so much more telling of your personality and life than just knowing your zodiac sign. So please be sure to go ahead and do that. That way you can find out your Mars sign and look up the video that I've done for that particular sign. So let's go ahead and get started. What does Mars indicate in your birth chart? Mars signifies your drive, your action, how you take action, how you direct yourself in life, how you go about making decisions, how you go about executing them. Are you a planner? Are you an initiator? Are you more impulsive? How do you react when people confront you? How do you deal with confrontation and conflict? And how do you stand up for yourself? What is your aggression like, your anger? What motivates you? What drives you in life? What is your passion based upon? And what is your sexuality like? If you identify as a male, what does your masculinity come off as? So these are a few things that your Mars covers, your Mars placement covers. So Mars in Capricorn, what does it mean to have your Mars in Capricorn? Well, Mars in Capricorn is a bit of a contradiction because Mars is the planet of taking action and impulsivity and rushing ahead to fulfill your own ego's desires. And Capricorn is the planner, it is a strategist. Capricorn is all about caution and taking little baby steps to progress further and further with a specific goal in mind. And Mars in Capricorn can be very ambitious, it can be very much oriented towards the future and what their future might look like if they take certain action now in the present day. So because of that, it can be considered a very strong placement because they know how to use their energy wisely in order to get where they want in life. They're very much goal-oriented individuals, and so they can be very motivated by their goals, their ambitions, and what they want in life, the material things, the things that will give them security in the future, things that will give them real rewards here and now. They're motivated by seeing themselves get ahead. They're motivated by other people looking up to them, the possibility of being a leader, of being an authority. They're motivated by their own ego's need and desire to be seen as an authority, be seen as a professional in a certain field, or doesn't even need to be anything career related necessarily, but it could just be the need to be looked up to, the need to live up to a certain expectation, whether that's placed upon them by other people or on themselves. Mars and Capricorn can have extremely high standards for themselves, and they can really push themselves and be that self-starter. Capricorn is a cardinal sign, and so because of that, they are initiators, and they are very much self-directed and self-motivated, and they know how to drive themselves and push themselves to follow a certain path and obtain a certain goal. And also, being an earth sign, Mars in Capricorn might be motivated to create a very solid foundation for themselves. They're going to be motivated by the need for security, for status, for financial gain, whatever it is that will help them feel secure and taken care of in life. When it comes to taking action, they may be very, very careful. They may be very cautious. They're definitely not impulsive. They need to know where they're going and where they're headed and what they want exactly before they go out and get it. And They're not the type to really like spontaneously do anything or go for anything, like on the fly just because they felt like it or just because of peer pressure or anything. And Mars in Capricorn is going to need a very good reason to go after something, and they're going to have to like plan things out very well and far in advance before they figure out what the first step is going to be. And from there on, they have a lot of stamina, they have a lot of drive and focused energy. Their energy is not super fluctuating. Once they set their sight on something, once they set their goals in life, they know how to get there, and they know how to take practical steps slowly but surely in order to reach that. When dealing with anger, a Mars in Capricorn might be very slow to show it. They might be hesitant of showing off like their angry side or their defensive side, just because they're still very much concerned with how they appear and how the world is receiving them. Their reputation is very much at stake here, and so because of that, when they are provoked, a Mars in Capricorn will most likely be very careful about how they show their anger or show that they are hurt. They might play it off very, very cool and detached at first, but that doesn't mean that they are not affected by it. It's just that they're planning their next move. Again, they are planners. They're not gonna like shout angry words at you, just like whatever it is that they're feeling at the moment. They're still going to be very, very careful about what they say and how it's going to be received by other people. When they do come up with a comeback for you and need to defend themselves, a Mars in Capricorn will probably be seem very cold still and seem very like they're not affected by it at all. Capricorn has this quality to it that is very stoic and very detached and just very like straight-laced and business-like and professional. They know how to carry themselves, and so when it comes to their anger, Mars in Capricorn will not fly off the handle. They're definitely not going to lose their cool. They're going to still remain very calm and very like professional about it. They're probably going to hit you with the hard evidence, the hard truth, like just the facts that they know about the situation, and they're probably going to use that to corner you with a good argument. And probably I can also see them being very sarcastic, just using like their dry humor, like their dry wit to outsmart you. And the way that they might attack or defend themselves is probably through like making you look stupid or making you seem inferior in some way. This is how they defend themselves, is making themselves look better than you. And again, because Capricorn is a sign of reputation, protecting their image and making sure that they stay on top and staying at a position where the world can see them and where they can still remain respected in a respected position. So Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn might try to make themselves look better by making you look bad. And that's how they play dirty, I think. Still, their anger is very slow to build. Being an earth sign, Mars in Capricorn can have that patience applied very much over here. Mars in Capricorn can really get annoyed very easily, but expressing that anger and getting to that boiling point is going to be a slow and steady rise. And as for their sexuality, Mars in Capricorn also again be very cold, seem uninterested. They're going to probably be the type to seem unaffected by your advances or by what you're trying to do. I think that it would take a lot to really impress or satisfy Mars in Capricorn in that way, because they themselves want to seem like they know what they're doing in bed. They're probably going to be the type to like want to practice something over and over again, or like a specific like technique or whatever, to just keep practicing it until they master it, until they really know what they're doing, and until they can prove that that they are the best that you've ever had. They might place that sort of expectation on themselves to be the best at it and to be really have something to prove to their partners. I think that it would take a while to really get a Mars in Capricorn in an intimate situation, because I do think that there is a bit of that shyness when it comes to sex. Capricorn is not the most passionate of signs. They almost have like the same essence of purity as a Virgo, as a Mars in Virgo, but not quite. I think Capricorn is more motivated by like the desire to compete and to like be on top more so than Virgo, and so because of that, they will be a little bit more straightforward sexually, just a bit. Although still, they may seem very restrained at the same time. Mars in Capricorn might also want to be the type that wants to remain in control. They're not going to be very emotional or like be the type to really use sex as a release, and they probably won't be able to let go very easily of themselves sexually. When with somebody, they're still going to seem very like closed off or just be very rigid. I think it would take the right type of partner to really help a Mars in Capricorn to let go and to just de-stress, to truly relax, and get their minds off of everything else in life and get their minds off of trying to be this perfectionist and trying to like focus on the technique or doing things like exactly the right way. And Mars in Capricorn is also very likely to last a while because they want to have the type of sexual experience that is memorable, that is long lasting, that is something at the top of your list of experiences. They're going to want to impress you for sure and make it seem like they know what they're doing. Being an earth sign as well, Mars in Capricorn is going to have that steadiness to them. They're going to want sexual life or a sexual partner who is in it for the long run and who is just as dedicated to them as much as they are. But at the same time, like for all of their sturdiness, for all their like seriousness and their serious attitude towards sex, a Mars in Capricorn is still they really know how to be physical and really get in their body and use that to their advantage. And they are still an earth sign, so they're gonna be very sensual and try to experience as much as they can through all of their senses. And so they can be very easily stimulated, especially through the touch, through experiencing their partner on the most physical and real way. They're not going to be so much about just getting it done quickly and over with and just moving on with their life. They're going to really like focus in on the details and focus on the experience and making sure it's good for both of you. So yeah, they're really gonna like plan things out and be very careful and very strategic as well when it comes to sex. So yeah, I think one of the biggest strengths of Mars in Capricorn is how much potential they have towards being a leader, and a leader who knows how to create real results in the end over the long term. They are not spontaneous people. They are not impulsive people. Because they have their eyes set on the future and what their future will look like. And so they really know how to set the goal and then just like take each day at a time, slow and steady, and plan and make and organize and just make sure they know what they're doing every single day, with each little bite-size step of the way. So they really have that stamina and that tendency to lead and to set the example for others. They can be motivated by just being well received by others and having others look up to them. They can be motivated by reaching a high position, of being an expert at something, of just being motivated by their own really high standards, and needing to feel good, needing to feel useful and responsible and mature, and knowing that other people can count on them. So I think that's about it for Mars and Capricorn. If I have missed any detail or any observation, please let me know in the comments, and let me know also what your Mars sign is and if you resonate with it, what do you think of it, your opinion. And follow me on Tumblr if you want, at lunarcappy.tumblr.com, and give this video a like if you've learned something from it, and subscribe if you have not. And I will see you again soon for another video.